You are welcome to the today class, online class, to the students of the SLW 616. There is Law and Economics. Karibu Sana for my class. And Mohammed Saheb, you could unmute and read what I posted on the screen so that I could be with you and you could be with me, and both are traveling the same boat to reach to the destination. Unmute and read Kitange. Unmute and read what I posted on the screen. Haraka.
Yes,
types
of flow.
of
We have types of law and economics, positive law and economics, positive law and economics use economics analysis to predict the effect of various legal rules. Positive law and economics has also at times purported to explain the development of legal rules. Example, the common law of torts in terms of the economic efficiency.
So, positive law that I discussed in our earlier classes in law and economics, it is nothing but a common law which will apply in the law of torts. The reason is only few areas law of torts is codified, but the rest of the areas it is uncodified law. It is based on the common law principles, like a prudent man should supposed to know it and supposed to do it and supposed to work it. In that manner, every person should have to supposed to do it. So that is the thing which is made, and that is the thumbnail which I put it over there, types of law and economics. Now, without wasting the time that we go to our studies are concerned, and here the asterisk mark I put it over here. This is efficient, the contract law that we discussed. And when you go further, yes, anyone can unmute and read this paragraph. Haraka. Quick. Anyone can unmute
contracts
and read.
and Okay, Prof, I'm reading. Contracts and contract law are also designed to minimize problem of opportunism. The danger of opportunism arises when two parties agree to something and one makes irreversible investment to carry out his side of the bargain. So, for example, a company invests in a railroad spurs to a coal mine, making a contract in advance to ship the coal at a specific price. Once the railroad is built, the mine owner can refuse to honor his contract and can hold out for a lower shipping rate. As long as this rate exceeds the railroad's incremental costs, lower shipping rates. As long as this rate exceeds the railroad's increment costs, the railroad owner will be tempted to accept it.
Yes,
If he does so,
enough. So here in the contract, as you read it, the contract law are also designed in a such a way to minimize the problem of opportunism. That means people not to exploit the situation. The danger of the opportunism arises when two parties agree to something and one make irreversible investment to carry out his side of the bargain. See, when the contract is made, example which is given is the coal mine. And whenever the coal mine is there, please note the point. There should be a railway lane, because coal will be transported on land, not by the trucks. It will be by the wagons through the steam engine or oil engine or electric engine. So the example which is make it, because when two parties agreed, one party makes such an investment, the other party made a breach, then it is a opportunism, and the law will say that no, you have to compensate the man because he invested, because the reason is, and he will give the coal to him and he would like to carry the coal to the different destination. So the danger of the opportunity arises when two parties agree to the something and one makes a irreversible investment, because investment once made it cannot be get it back, to carry out his side of the bargain. Now let us see the example what is given. For example, a company invests in a railroad. For instance, a company is there and to laying the rails, that is called railway lane. For what? To carry out a coal mine, making a contract in advance to ship the coal at a specified prices. So mine is a different place and it will be carried out by the railroad to the harbor. From there, shipping would be there. So one party invested for the railways in the laying down the rails, but the other party made a breach that no, we would like to make you a cheap rate. But he said, I invested so much money in the laying the railways. Now you want to have that lesser amount? No, it is an irreversible investment. He made it and he incurred a lot of loss. And here the law of contract says, whatever the agreement they made between the parties for the price of the carrying the mine site to the harbor via railroad, that's the railways, then the same amount would be strict holds. Later on, the other party could not say supply with the lower rate. So that is the same thing. The railway spurs to a coal, here spurs means carry out to a coal mine, making a contract in advance to ship the coal at a specified price. Once the railway is built, they already built it. The mine owner can refuse to honor his contract. No, he could not do so. Whatever the amount agreed, that should be paid, but he should not refuse to honor his contract and can hold out for a lower shipping rate. He cannot now ask for the lower shipping rate because already the shipping rate is fixed in the beginning only. Are you following me? Say yes.
Yes, Prof.
Yes.
Yes,
So they agreed for the carrying out the tons of the rail, so much tons, this much rate will be carried. And once the railway line is laid down, now he cannot ask to lower the price and he should not supposed to refuse to honor his contract. He should have to buy the contract of the rate which is there. As long as this rate exceeds the railroad's incremental cost, the railway owner will be tempted to accept. So as long as this rate exceeds the railroad's incremental cost, which cost, suppose the railway incremental cost which is laid on there, but the shipping cost is it's more over there, then the railroad owner will be tempted to accept. But at that time, definitely he will be tempted to accept because he spent only say 10 millions, but when you are carrying out the contract, he will get the 20 millions, naturally it will be the high price, even though he lowered the price in the contract. In the contract, the price is 40 millions. And the railway spent at least 10 millions in the railroad. But still, then the party will lower it from 40 millions to 20 millions. But the person who made the railway line, still he spent only 10 millions. But in carrying out the coal, he will get the definitely his 10 millions capital which he invested plus 10 millions profit, they will get it. At that time, the railway man will happily to accept it. But if the railway person has spent 10 millions and the rate fixed is only 7 millions, is it not incurring the loss? Railway company. Did you get my point?
Yes.
How much the loss the railway company bears? The railway line capital is 10 millions. The agreed amount is in the beginning 40 millions, which the mining company has given to transfer from the mining site to the harbor through the rails. But later on, if 20 millions also there, but he spent only the 7 millions, still the profit is there for the railway company. And the railway company, even though he made a lower the price, but still the profit is there, naturally he will carry out the contract. But he can also ask for the breach of losses also. After long process, he will get some profit. But if he does agree to the price, he will get the more profit. Now I put the question. The railway line invested 7 millions or 10 millions, let us presume 10 millions. And the mine has reduced from 40,000 to 40 millions to 7 millions. And the railway company invested how much? 10 millions. And how much the mining company reduced the price? From 40 to 7 millions. Then how much the loss would be there for the railway company, even though he accepted the contract? Yes, it's a simple mathematics. Do you know subtraction, addition, minus, division, multiplication? Najwa?
Ndio, we
But
know.
I asked you a very simple question. The railway
He
company
suffered a loss.
invested 7 millions for the laying the railway line. In the beginning, they accepted the 40 millions to carry out the business, to carry the coal from the mining to harbor. But later on, the mining company reduced to the 7 millions. How much the loss incurred if we accept the contract?
Almost 33 millions, if I'm not mistaken.
Suppose if he offers the contract for the 7 millions, but he spent 10 millions, 3 million loss would be there. How much the loss? 3 millions is the loss. But what he will do now? Either he will accept it with the 3 millions or he file a case in the court of law because he asked the 40 millions, I invested it, now he made a breach of contract. Okay, he can fight it. But the question comes. He can fight. Okay, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year filing the case. Of course, at last he won after 3 years or 4 years. The amount, say about the 40,000, 40 millions they agreed over there, but he did not supply it. So let the court will give that, okay, let us give him 10 millions or 15 millions. Let you presume court will give the 10 millions also. With the 10 millions, the court will award them after 3 years or 4 years. By that time, how much the labor, how much the capital will be wasted? Okay, let you presume that it is wasted. But the railway line is useless now because it carries only the coal from the mining to the harbor. If any other goods will be transferred near to the mining place to the harbor, okay, he can utilize the railway line. But no other company would be there. No other, raw material will be transferred from the mining place to here. Only the mining, that is the coal. So at that time, they will calculate in the terms of the economics. What they do now, now the 3 millions he lost, he's got it. Now I switch over to the another point. Agreed amount is 40 millions. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
Prof.
Between whom? Between whom? Who are the parties in the example? Who are the parties in the example? Oh, you are Kimia. At least you don't know, you say, I do, sir, we don't know, pass on, you say. If you don't know, at least you can say pass on. I will give the answer. Don't waste the time. Are you following me? Are you hearing me? I said, are you following me? Are you hearing me? Sio kimya.
Professor, network.
Pardon? Did you understand who are the parties here in the example? Unmute and give me the answer, please. Kitange, Raymond,
Pastor,
repeat.
Pastor, Professor, please.
Yes, please. Why don't you say like that? Why don't you say like that? Pass on. The parties are here. One is, see, this is the example. One is railway line company, another is mining company. Railway line company who is laying the rails, another mining company, the coal mining company. These are the parties. Now, the parties agreed for the 40 millions to carry out the coal from the mine to the harbor. Terms and agreements are complete. And the railway company, to carry out the coal, they laid down the railway lines. So he incurred at least 10 millions in the railway line. Let you presume it. What is the agreed amount between the two parties to carry the coal from the mining to the harbor?
40 millions.
40 millions is the agreed. How much the railway company invested?
10 millions.
Yes, after the railway company laid down the everything, now they want to make it a carry out. But the mining company said, no, I cannot make it out. I can give you only for the 20 millions, not 40 millions. So railway company, what it thought, no? See, I spent only 10 millions in the railway line. If you carry out now, I will get the 10 millions. Means my amount of the 10 millions will be covered and the other 10 millions I will get total 20 millions. So it is more better to carry out the contract. So the railway company welcomes to accept the contract, even though for the lesser price. My point is, when they agreed for the 40 millions, why railway company accepted 20 millions? Can you tell me? If you know it, you tell me. If you don't know it, you say pass on.
Sorry,
But don't
Prof.
waste my time.
Can you repeat? Sorry, can you repeat the question, Prof?
What is the agreed amount to carry over the coal from the coal mine to the harbor?
40 millions.
40 millions. How much the railway company invested?
10 million.
For what purpose?
For carrying out the coal.
Nah. 10 millions railway company has spent to lay the railway line.
Okay, Prof.
Okay, now it is over. Now he wants to say, okay, ready, my railway line is ready. Now I want to carry out that thing for the 40 millions. But mining company reduced to for the 40 millions to 20 millions. The railway company should have to accept the offer or should have to file a case in the court of law. Here the law and economics plays a wonderful role. See, if you read this statement, here it is given. I don't know whether you read. See, this is given here, up to here. And there is the answer. There is the answer. As long as this rate exceeds the railway rate incremental cost, means the mining company first saved 40 millions, later on they reduced to the 20 millions. So here they say, as long as this rate exceeds the railway road's incremental cost, is 20 million is not the higher amount to the incremental cost of the railway company? How much the railway company has spent? Please say, don't kimia. How much the railway company invested?
10 million, Prof.
And the mining company reduced from the 40,000 to 20,000. See here, as long as his rate exceeds, means 20,000 exceeds the railway investment or not? 20 millions, it exceeds the railway investment 10,000, 10 millions or not?
Exceed, Prof.
Exceeds. The same thing he says. As long as the rate exceeds the railway's incremental cost, which is 10 millions, the railway road owner will be tempted to accept, even though he reduced it. Why? Why he did not file a case in the court of law? If he filed the case in the court of law, number one, his 10 millions interest, capital, everything will go west. Number two, again the court fee, the lawyer's fee, and how much time it will be taken, either 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So, instead of tomorrow chicken, today egg is better. Did you understand what I said? Say yes or no. Kimia, sio kimia.
Yes, Prof.
Repeat what I said. Instead of tomorrow chicken, today egg is better. Repeat.
Instead of tomorrow chicken, today egg is better.
Do you agree to this statement?
Somehow, to some extent.
What some extent? What some extent? 100% you have to agree it if you know the law and economics. Who knows tomorrow you are alive or dead? Who knows tomorrow chicken is there or not? Who knows what is going to happen tomorrow? So instead of waiting for the tomorrow, better you enjoy the chicken. I mean, that mayai kisasa or mayai kinyeji. You enjoy now. Are you following me?
Yes, Prof.
Instead of waiting for filing the case for the 40 millions, the railway company with happily accept even though he reduced the price 20 millions because he invested only 10 millions and he will get the 10 millions plus another 10 millions. That means whatever they invested, he will get it and profit also he get it. Even though the mining company reduced from the 40 millions to 20 millions. The same statement is here. As long as he's here, this is the economics. As long as his rate means mining rate exceeds the railway incremental cost, means railway investment cost, which is 10 millions only. And the railroad owner will be tempted to accept it. He will still tempted to accept it even though 20 millions are there. But he will not go to the court. Are you following me? Even though there is a breach.
Yes.
Even though there is a breach. The reason is, I told you just now, instead of waiting for the tomorrow chicken, Today egg is better. Law and economics is the same thing. Which way it is beneficial to the person. So, for instance, you know shepherd who will take care of
German
sheep.
dog.
Yes? Kondo. Sheeps. Najwa sheeps. SHEEP.
Yes.
He is called shepherd. Oh, Nyombani.
Mhm.
Nini, Nyombani. Nyombani direct also I could hear it. Yes, when you speak, you can unmute it. When you don't want to speak, you can mute it. Shepherd, there are 10 sheep are there. And he is taking to the field for grazing. So, 2 sheep went, deviated and went in a different route. Are you listen carefully? This is land economics and this is your IQ also. How many sheep are there? 10 sheep are there. And he is taking for the grazing. Okay, 2 sheep deviated and went in a different direction. Now tell me, can the shepherd will go for the 10 sheep to different direction to take care of the 2 sheep, or he will take 8 sheep to the Nyumbani and later he can go to the field to get the 2 sheep? Which one is the best way?
Taking the 8 sheep nyumbani, then he goes for the other one.
Why? What is the reason? To me a
It's
bongo.
better. It's better to have the 8 instead of losing 8 for the 2-1.
So are you making the cost analysis here?
Mhm.
You are making the cost analysis here. See, better I can take care of the 8 sheep and whose cost is more. I will take it to the house and tie them. Then I can go to the 2 sheep to find them. Because losing 2 is more better than losing 8. Am I right?
Proof.
Why? Cost analysis, you will make it out. How much the incurred loss would be there, you will count it. If the incurred loss is small, you can negligible, you can overlook it. But you can save the 8 cost of the sheeps. Suppose if you go for the 2 cost of the sheeps, even 8 also go away. Are you following me? That is the cost analysis. I am giving just an example to make it out. Because he reduced from the 40 millions to 20 millions, but still he tempted to accept it because he saw in cost analysis. Already he spent the 10 millions and that becomes useless. So better you make the contract and the contract will be renewed. Either per month or year, whatever it may be, the contract. Because mine means it cannot be exhausted so easily. Do you know what is mine? I said, give me the answer. M-I-N-E, mine. Give me the answer. Don't be silent.
Mine. It's almost related to mining activities, that it covers everything relating to gold, and the other kind of minerals.
Any minerals will be found. Wapi. Where?
In the ground.
Underground. Now I will ask you the question. How many types of the mine you know it? If you know it, you tell me. If you don't know it, you say pass on. I will give the answer. But don't waste my time.
Okay. Let me try.
Please.
Let me try. We have gold, tanzanite, diamond, copper, and so forth.
These are minerals should be there. But when I say type of the mine or kind of the mines means you are not supposed to say coal mine, tanzanite mine, mica mine, silver mine, iron ore mine. Here types of the mine means I will show you that with the example. Because I am hailing from the mining area where I have born in India. That's why I know the types of the mine or kinds of the mine. It's a coal mine that is there. There are at least, number one, incline. Incline means 45 degrees angle you can go down. 9 amigo. 45-degree angles, chini. That is called incline. Number two, shaft. Shaft means you can use elevators, no, lift. You go directly 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer down underground. Then you can walk from there. That is called shaft. S-H-A-F-T, shaft. Another is when you're mining, you can see the bingu. You can see the sky. Can you tell me what is the type of the mine? When you're mining, you can see the sea. You can see the clouds, sky. It is called open cast mining. Open. They dig it, only excavation they can do it. You could see the sky and there is no depth of air. But in the shaft and incline, there is a depth of air. So they will use the blowers for your oxygen so that you cannot die. So there are three types of the mines are there. One is called incline, which is 45-degree angle, go down. Another is shaft. You can use only the lift to go down chini. And another is open cast, means just you can dig it and you can see the sky. So now you tell me how many types of the mines I narrated to you. Yeah, I repeated. Why you are Kimia? Sir, we did not write it, sir. You need not to write in the bongo. You write in the mind.
Okay. Let me try to repeat it, Prof.
Yes.
The first one, incline.
Very good.
The 90 degrees underground, I'm not sure.
That is called
But
shaft.
it's deep in the
Shaft.
The second one, shaft. Then the
S-H-A-F-T.
third one, then the third one is open cast.
Open cast. And the Gita mines is open cast or shaft or incline. You tell me now.
We are not sure. I'm not sure.
It is the open cast.
Open cast.
Yes. Because I had been to there, I found it is the open cast. Not incline, not thing. Just they go on digging it and the ore they will carry from there by tippers. And because there is no belt, if the belt is there when the 45-degree angle is there, belt. On the belt ore will come. You might have seen in the movies, either English movies or any movies, no? In the mine, there is a belt will run 45-degree angle. But sometimes, no, they are small wagons are there, railroad is there, small railroad. The railroad will carry the wagons to up. And other places, no, it is the belt which will carry to up. From there, it will carry to the bunker. From bunker, it will be broken into a different size of the pieces. Then it will be loaded in the wagons. And especially the more this coal is carried by railway lines. And for one country to another country, it will be carried by the ships, cargo ships. Okay, now you understood. So if he does so, he will not receive See, he will not receive the full return on the spar line that he needed to make the investment worthwhile. But why he accept 20 millions means at least he can get his 10 millions investment plus 10 million profit. But if he doesn't agree, file a case, then it is not worthwhile to file a case. No doubt it can file a case, but it takes its own time. So instead of waiting for the tomorrow chicken and today egg is better.
Better.
So that is the way he said that he needed to make the investment worthwhile. Why he made it? Because he invested 10 millions. But if he accepts the 20 millions also, it is well and good. Because economics says, doctrines such as a duty to mitigate, to reduce the harmful effect of the breach of a contract are easily explained as being efficient. So which is the efficient? Filing the case is efficient or accepting the 20 millions is efficient?
Accepting the 20 million is efficient.
20 million accepting is efficient because he can get the investment 10 millions plus 10 million profit also. You know, businessmen, they never construct their own house. I told you also. Why they don't construct their own house? They say it's a waste investment. You can better stay in a rented house. Instead of that amount, even you can save more amount if you keep it in the investment. Suppose the rented cost is say about 6 lakhs. Let me presume it. But the investment, if he made in anywhere, he will get at least 30 lakhs or 20 lakhs minimum. So is it not better to send 6 lakhs and you can save 14 lakhs? Answer is yes. So that is the reason a businessman never spend for his own house by spending that much amount. Okay, the other income is there, that is a different issue. Because illegally he got the income and he constructed a good house, that is a different issue. But any income which you earn it with the sweat, with your sweat, I am sure that income will be the, you know, halali. Najwa, halal.
Halali.
Halal, halal.
Halal. Is it a Swahili term or what, Prof?
Halali means rightful way of gaining the thing is called halal. Suppose one meaning halal. Another halal means hamna when kichinjio sio kata vote and what is bingu. That is halal. Because when you go for the chicken in the market, especially the mall, they will write that halal chicken. Have you seen?
Oh, no, Prof.
You did not see any time you go to any Muhindi mall like a U-turn in Monza and you take the chicken, it is written over there halal, Halal, halal. That means they sacrificed it. They cut a kichinjio. So when kichinjio, nusu kichinjio, kwanza, that the blood will come out fully, later on they cut it. And that is the halal, number one. Number two, whatever the amount that you earn it should be in a legal way. This is another meaning. So when you earn the money in a legal way, that is always good. Yes, it is a continuation of the first period and we are up to here. To reduce the harmful effects of the breach of contract is explained as being efficient. And however, not all doctrines are efficient. Contracting parties will sometimes specify the damage called the liquidated damages to be paid if there is a breach. If the court decides that these liquidated damages are too high, that they are a penalty rather than the true damages, they will not enforce the amount of the contractual liquidated damages. See, whenever the breach of a contract comes over there, at that instance, the party will make the penalty. Suppose if you could not supply the goods within the stipulated date, per day this much amount will be paid as a penalty. So that is the way the economic value will be considered. And this failure to enforce the agreed on terms is a major puzzle to law and economics scholars. It appears that the courts would do better to enforce the parties' agreements, such as they do with respect to price and other terms of a contract. Here, the positive theory of the efficient of law seems to be violated, but scholars argue that the court should enforce these agreements. See, sometimes no, efficiency will be lost, but if a person wants to be compensated, he should be compensated, even though it makes its time. You know, the civil cases, it runs in the years together. For instance, if a person wants to sell the property, for instance, you take example, land, which is a movable property. So they agreed to the terms and conditions. Half of the amount is already paid, and the rest of the amount will be paid at the time of the registration. Okay. They have given the time for 2 or 3 months. After the 3 months, the amount will be, rest of the 50% amount will be paid, and the registration could be made. Now I'll ask the question to you. Who will bear the registration charges? Participants. If you know it, you tell me. If you don't know it, you say pass on. But don't waste the time.
The registration fee would be paid by the parties.
Which party? Selling party or buying party?
The registration fee is being paid by the buying party.
A person who buys it, he has to bear all the expenses of registration. Only the person who is selling it, he will only sign on the registration papers after receiving the amount of the property. Is it clear?
Yes, Professor.
Okay, now I will put the same scenario. The same scenario I will twist it. Half of the amount is paid. Rest of the half of the amount should be paid at the time of the registration. Mute. I am getting the sound from your mouth speaker. When you speak, you can unmute. When you don't speak, you can mute. Okay. After some times, they came to know, adjacent to there is a international airport is going to be built. Say about 1 furlong, 2 furlong, or say about 2 miles later. An international airport is going to be built over there. Then naturally, the land cost is increased or decreased.
2 months later, it will increase.
Why it is increased? The reason is, adjacent to there is the international airport is going to be built. When the international airport will come over there, the land value around the airport will be high. Why?
Because as the airport is going to be built, it means that the place is going to be more economical.
The reason is they can establish their hotels, they can establish their restaurants, they can establish their business centers, and there is a more business will be occurred over there. So the cost of the value will be high. Now, he said, okay, you half of the amount you paid, no, I will pay double of the amount to you, but I don't sell the property. Can he do so? You study in the part performance in the contract. When the part performance of the contract, it is a bound duty of the party to perform the contract. That is the specific performance of the contract. If you pay the double amount also, he is not going to take it because he also knows that there would be international airport is going to come. And he filed a case in the court of law. Even though it takes years also, doesn't matter. But here, efficiency we don't count here. What we count, future going to be earn more. Hence, instead of tomorrow's chicken, we can say, no, we wait because we know that the international airport is coming and definitely we don't eat the egg today, we eat the chicken tomorrow. Am I right?
Yes, Professor. Yes, Professor.
See, this is the economic value in the law. Which is the plus point would be there and which is the negative point would be there. And making the distinction between the plus point and negative points, that is the positive theory. That is the prudent man theory. And that is the common law theory. So that's I want to impress upon you. See, there is a methali in Kiswahili. Haraka haraka haina baraka. What is opposite methali? What is opposite proverb?
The proverb is trying to say that it's not appropriate to do things first which are not necessarily.
Yes, that is one methali. What is the opposite one? Chaleva chaleva utakuta moana sivako.
Yes, Professor.
Is it not the opposite?
Yes, that is.
Can you tell me in a King Reza methali proverb? One is positive, another is opposite, on the same lines.
To be honest, I can't, Professor.
Okay, say pasa.
Pasa.
Justice delayed is justice denied. I repeat, justice delayed is justice denied. Opposite, justice hurried is justice buried. Repeat.
Justice delayed is justice denied, where the opposite is justice buried is justice.
No, justice hurried is justice buried.
Justice buried is justice.
No, justice hurried. Hurry, haraka, haraka. Justice hurried is justice buried.
Justice hurried is justice buried.
Now, any advocate take the advantage of it and they will context his case depending upon the situation. Sometimes he can use justice hurried is justice buried. Sometimes he can use for his own benefit justice delayed is justice denied. Depending upon the context, we could use the positive theory. Depending on the context, we should use tomorrow chicken is better than today egg. Sometimes tomorrow chicken is better than today egg. It depends upon economic theory. It depends upon what you are going to get later. That is more important factor. So the people, those who are doing the business, they always see the cash should be routine. The cash should be in circulation. And the investment will not become a white elephant. A investment should not become idle. Even though the profit is less, but he will sell the property because cash should be in rotation. Are you following me?
Yes, Professor.
Instead of waiting for 10 days to sell with the 10% profit, instead of waiting 10 days to sell the same good for 10% profit, he will sell the same goods on the same day with 1 percent profit. Which is the best way?
The one who sells at a 10% profit.
No, he cannot wait for the 10 days. A person who sell the property for 1%, enough, because cash in rotation. Cash in rotation. See, when the goods are plenty, nyanya, where the nyanya will be grown in Tanzania more?
Sorry?
Where the tomatoes are grown more in Tanzania?
Iringa.
Iringa. Buy the tomato in Iringa, it's a cheap. Buy the same tomato in the same season in Dar es Salaam, it is costly. Why?
Because first of all, the availability.
Production is more,
at Iringa.
cost is less.
Yes.
And production is less, cost is more.
Yes, Professor.
Supply is less, price is more. Supply is more, the cost is less. This is the economics of the production and the benefit. So instead of waiting for the 10 days and selling for the 10% profit, better you sell 1% profit on the same day, because the cash will be in a rotation and you can get the new things. Again you can sell it, again the new things, again you will sell it, instead of keeping as a dead investment. This is the economic theory in the laws. Okay. So now we will see liquidated damages. Means, do you know what is the distinction between liquidated damages and unliquidated damages? If you know it, you tell me. If you don't know it, say just pass on. I will give the answer. Please don't be silent. Don't be silent, I told.
Pasa.
Liquidated damages are those damages which are ascertained in the beginning of the contract, agreed by the parties. If you don't supply these goods within the time, every day 10% hike would be there for every bag. Penalty. Suppose if we made for 3 days, say about the 10 bags, means per 10 rupees per bag, the penalty, it becomes 300 rupees. It is ascertained and agreed by the party. And such damages are called liquidated damages, which comes only in the contract. In the tort, there is no such a thing. The reason I will show you. If there any road accident is happened, can a amount will be determined in the beginning? How much, this much I will pay you, I can make the accident to you? Such a thing will not be there. Accident happen because of wrong calculation, wrong decision making. So when such an accident happened over there, now the damages are measured in the different slots. Number 1, the age of the person. Number 2, how much he will become handicapped. Number 3, how many dependents are there. Number 4, what is the age when the accident happened. Number 6, how many dependents are there. Number 7, whatever the future probability would be there till he does the work up to the retirement. A different slots are there, and how much amount will be spent in the nursing, how much amount will be paid in the medical charges, how much amount will be paid in the transportation. So there are different slots are there. Each slots will be filled. Then amount will be determined later. Such a damage is called unliquidated damages. Is it clear?
Yes, Professor.
Yes,
But I
Prof,
have
clear.
I
Appreciate.
have a question, Prof. Sorry.
So only two case laws are there, which will make the distinction between the tort and contract. If you have studied in there in the LLB, sir, what we ate in the morning we could not remember. What we studied some 3 years back or 5 years back, how could we remember, sir? Mind setup is a very important factor. If you set up your mind and make a programming in your brain, it will work in that way. But if you in the beginning only set up in a such a way, how could I remember? Then you cannot make the programming. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
So a positive theory of the efficiency of the law seems to be violated, but scholars argue that the court should enforce these agreements. That is the only the differentiation I told you. Today egg is better than tomorrow chicken, or tomorrow chicken is better than today egg. It depends upon the context. It depends upon the viability and economic value. Like an example which I have given is, international airport is going to come over there. At that instance, you say that a case should be filed or specific performance should be done. So they will see the context and see where the benefit is more. If the benefit is more by making the patients, and that is the right way to get it. But the benefit is less, better you enjoy what you have today. Instead of not having a wife, I repeat, instead of not having a wife, if you have a wife with the squint eye, doesn't matter. I don't know whether you got my point or not. Did you understand my example? Did you
No,
understand my
Prof.
example?
Not exactly. Can you repeat, please?
Why don't you say in the beginning? Okay, I'll say. Instead of not having the wife, imke, not having the wife, it is better to have the wife with the squint eye. You know what is squint eye? Amna kimia,
No,
say
Professor.
pass on.
No, Asa.
See, I will show you squint eye images. Did you see the squint eye now? Did you see the squint eye?
Yes, Prof. Yes, Prof.
I repeat my proposition. Instead of not having a wife, it is better to have a squint eye wife. Which is the best one? Sir, not having is the best one. Is it the right way? Answer is no. So now let us go to the tort law. Tort law And criminal law protects the property rights from the intentional or unintentional harm. Accident is intentional harm or unintentional harm? Participants, I repeat the question. Tort law is, no, accident is intentional harm or unintentional harm? Siokimia, you don't know, say person.
Unintentional, Prof.
I told you already, accident is you are not calculated the decision are passing. Hence, it is a unintentional harm. The primary purpose of these laws is to induce potential tortfeasors. Who is the tortfeasor? Who is the
The
tortfeasor?
wrongdoer. The wrongdoer.
The wrongdoer. Those who cause torts or accidents are a criminal to internalize. That is, take account of external cost of their actions, although criminal law has other functions as well. I will ask one point to you. I want to see your IQ. Petrolina Chuma, are you present? At least unmute and say, yes, sir. Unmute and say, yes, sir. Sijui, unmute, unmute. Kitange, please take one day lesson to Chuma, how to unmute and how to mute.
Okay, Prof, I'll do this.
Sir, I'm not data initial. I would like to see the participation in the class. Otherwise, it gives a sense to me that I am teaching to the wall. If I don't get the response from you. So sometimes you have to tell me, yes, sir. Okay, sir. We understood, sir. Or if you don't know, you say pass on. Or if you don't understand, sir, can you repeat? So now I will ask you the point again, example which I am giving you. See, please take it as an example in the sportive way because no one is a minor here. Are you following me?
Yes, Prof.
See, the BBC. BBC is a initialism. What is the full form of BBC?
British Broadcasting.
British Broadcasting. What is C?
Yes.
What is C? Now read.
British Broadcasting Corporation.
Not cooperation, corporation.
Corporation.
See, that is one meaning of it. So when I teach law of tort or law of contract, law, the penal code, I use also BBC. Of course, here the Muswahili Mutundu has given the full form of it. Najua Mutundu?
Ndio.
Sema Kiingereza.
Paso.
Naughty. So the naughty boy, naughty Maulimu has given you the BBC meaning. I say, I don't know. Here the BBC, when you want to teach anything in the criminal law or another thing, you say BBC, means body to body contact. That means you know what is better. Having the sex. So when you make a BBC to a prostitute, and if you infected with the HIV AIDS, can you file a case against the prostitute?
That is not possible.
Why?
Because even our laws provide to the effect that a person can institute a case if the other side he knows he is infected by HIV and intentionally he engaged with the other so as to spread it to him or her AIDS.
When you are a married man, how could you have a BBC with the other woman?
That is kuchepuka.
Amna nunua mawazo. Tumia impira. My point of asking the question is, number one, you are doing a immoral act. Number two, you did not take the precaution. Number three, you cannot having a legal right to file a case against the prostitute. Of course, in Tanzania, it is not an offense. Of course, now in India also they said it is not an offense. A woman can BBC of her own choice. One cannot curtail the liberty of a woman, either married or unmarried. But it is not in a proper way because life should have the boundaries. Otherwise, life become miserable. So now the economic conditions are concerned, morality is concerned, and many other aspects is concerned. You cannot have a right to file a suit with the prostitute. Kiswahili, Malaya. What is the synonym for the prostitute? Professor Hussain students will not say prostitute. They say a different style. That is Sharwaro style. Can you tell me the Sharwaro style of saying the prostitute? If you know it, you tell me. If you don't know it, say pass on. Don't waste the time.
Sorry, I didn't understand your question, Prof.
What is the synonym for the prostitute?
Maybe Goldie Digger.
King Reza.
Goldie Digger.
Say again, spelling.
Goldie Digger. GOLD, then DIGGER.
I will type it. You tell me the spelling. I type it here. I say G
GOLD,
O double D
not double D, LOD.
LOD.
Remove the O in between. Goldie. It's Goldie.
It's a gold or gold. Gold, no
Gold
space, no
digger.
space.
No space.
No space and say.
Then you have to put a space there, then digger.
Then say the spelling.
DI,
VI
not V, DI,
DI
double G,
double G
then ER.
ER.
Yes.
Now I'll show you what it means. Gold digger, derogatory,
Yes.
informal. It is informal. Derogatory and informal means one should not supposed to say. Gold digger, a person who forms a relationship with others purely to extract the money from them. In particular, women who strives to marry a wealthy man. See, if you marry a wealthy man, if you have the BBC with a wealthy man, and you will get the gold digger. But I say, what is the synonym for the prostitute?
Okay. For the
But I asked him,
prostitute.
what is the synonym for the prostitute? Here,
Okay, Prof.
a woman or man who seeks to better her or his life and the leaves to those around them. That is the gold digger. But I did not say gold digger. I say prostitute synonym. Pass on, say pass on.
Person.
See here. Read.
Hello. Harlot.
Meaning,
A
chini isko.
prostitute. I saw it. It's a prostitute, Prof.
Yes. So Sharvara style of saying the prostitute is
Harlot.
harlot. Of course, there are many meanings are there, but I used only one meaning here. It's enough.
Mm.
So now
Okay, Prof.
here, if you have the BBC with the harlot and the harlot having the HIV positive, you cannot have a right to file a case against her. But if you have the BBC with your girlfriend, if it does not inform you, there may be possibility that you can file a case because she hidden the infection unless until she also doesn't know. So take account of the external cost of the reaction, although criminal law has other functions as well. In the criminal activity as concerned, they will see the economic value of it. In the tort law is a part of the system of the private law and is enforced through the private actions. The economic analysis of tort law has stressed issues such as the distinction between the negligence. A party must pay for harms only when the party failed to take the adequate or efficient precautions. So when you having the BBC with the prostitute, the precaution is tumia impira. Tumepata? Say yes.
Ndio.
Okay,
Yes.
now strict liability will come. A party must pay for any injury caused to it in action. For instance, if a manufacturing company which is supplying or manufacturing the oil which is used for the hair oil, HAIR, hair hyphen oil, 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 mafuta. Mafuta ya kichwa? Can you say mafuta ya kichwa, kichwa ya mafuta? Which one is the right way?
I think is mafuta ya nywele.
That is the right word is mafuta nywele. Like mafuta ya pika.
Ndio.
So if you are manufacturing the hair oil and the consumer used it and all the hairs are gone and he become kipara. Sema kipara Kiingereza? Sema kipara Kiingereza? Say pasan. Sir, I'm searching my smartphone. Please speak. What do you say, Kipara and King Reza?
Paso.
Participants, are you hearing me?
Yes, Prof. But today I think there is a problem in network. Sometimes we
Your
are not
network or
getting
my
okay.
network?
I'm not sure. Maybe yours.
See, when you hear my recording, everything will be clear to you.
Sometimes we didn't hear you. Myself, sometimes I didn't get you. That's what I'm saying. There is a problem with
So
network.
if my voice is not recorded over there, then something wrong from my side. But when a voice is recorded
Yeah,
over there, if you did not get it, means something wrong at yourself.
sure.
Suppose if the recorded is not there, it is wrong from my side.
Okay.
Then who has to bear the cost? If it is a services provided for the money, then we can say where the fault lies. But the services, I made it very much clear and I gave the chance to you both the way. Till today, I did not get the list of the students with the gender, with the WhatsApp, with the email. आवाज कम करो. With the email, with the WhatsApp, I did not get today. I want to know how many students are there in the economic law. I want to know how many students are there in economic law. Say, Mungu Najua.
Prof, Sierra will inform you on that. He'll send you
From
the
the
list.
beginning, 17th November, I am after him. Till today, I did not get the list of the students. If I want to ask
I
the
will
dean,
remind.
dean says ask so and so. If I ask he, I will ask so and so. To whom shall I ask to the at last Ambassador Costa Rica Mahalu? Ambassador Professor Costa Rica Mahalu?
No, Prof. Yes, Sierra will tell you next time better.
From 17th November, I am behind him. Please, I want the list of the student, serial number with the gender, WhatsApp number and the email. Today, I did not receive it. And
We are going to remind him.
now in the WhatsApp group, I saw there are 7 members are there in this WhatsApp group. But here, only 3 are present. What happened to others?
In the previous session, Amish was present. But now I don't know what's happened to him.
In the law
But
and
we are going.
in the law and economics, I observed now there are total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10s are there. But till today, I did not see them 10. Do they are really interested to, or there may be in somewhere in Mutwara, someone is Lindi, someone is Mabanda,
Mpandra.
which is far away from the Dar es Salaam.
Yes.
Okay, please make it the follow-up action. Still the 5 minutes are left. So now I will tell you the tort law is concerned. It's a purely a negligence. If you become a kipara, means bald head, you can having a right to file a case against the manufacturer who produced such a hair oil. Because whatever the product that you produce, it should be worthy enough to use it. Because most accidents are caused by joint action of the injurer and victim. A driver goes too fast and the pedestrian he hits does not look carefully. So efficient rule create incentive for both the parties to take care. Most negligence rules, negligence with the defense of contributory negligence and a comparative negligence, and create exactly these incentives. In the contributory negligence, for instance, you take, if you are riding on the motorbike and you did not wear the helmet and an accident happened and you got injured, how much contribution would be there for the injury? Because you did not wear the helmet. Answer is 50%, 80%, 40%, 20%. Speak.
Maybe 20%. 20%.
It is the 20% negligence. That means if you are going to get, say, about 100 Tanzania shillings or 100,000 Tanzania shillings, your 20 will be deducted from there because you contributed to the negligence. Hence, how much you are going to get it? 80,000 instead of 100,000. Because 20 is deducted, you contributed. So deduction would be there. That is called apportionment of damages. How much the portion of your negligence is there, that much portion will be deducted from the total amount. Only 80% will be given to you. That is economic analysis in that part.